Alright folks, welcome back to another raid video, and we're back with a champion guide, but it's a little bit different this week. I've done many champion guides in the past, but this week I've decided to do a champion guide on my free-to-play account. Now the reason being is because I do obviously a lot of champion guides, most people seem to really like them, but I occasionally get the odd complaint saying that, oh, there's no chance I could ever get that gear. So what I have done is on this account here, which is, just to show you guys, it is day 54 of free to play. Never spent a penny on this account. So this is definitely the sort of champion that anyone could build up effectively. I could have built this champion up a lot quicker than this as well. It's just I wasn't focusing on her to begin with. But I really just wanted to do a quick champion guide on this champion because I think she's really good actually. I don't think she's top tier. I don't think I'm going to use her on my main account or anything. But I think for like progression low to mid, she's not only a fantastic champion for Arena, for Wave CC, she's incredible for Wave CC, but she's also a lot of fun, which is one of those things that makes you actually want to keep playing the game. She's really cool. So let's quickly go through her skill kit and I'll explain why I think she's so good. Incidentally, she is basically our Saga, you know, the big legendary Void champion. She looks like some sort of relative of our Saga, definitely, just with her stature, should we say. She's a bit of a beast. You can understand why her whole kit is based on stuns. So our A1 here attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of placing a stun. This is actually a 45% chance when booked. Now this seems to land a lot more than 45, 55. Definitely a lot more. This comes in clutch so many times for me. Because out of all of the, stun, sleep, frozen, all of these things, stun is the number one, obviously, because when they're frozen, they take less damage. When they're asleep, they can get woken up when they're hit. So stun is definitely the best version of them all. You've got the A2 here. This is really good. It attacks all enemies 75%, 100% when booked of placing decreased defense, the big one, but also steals turn meter from targets under decreased defense debuffs. Now, in like Arena, most of the time this is just an AoE decreased defense, which is very good, don't get me wrong. It's extremely good, but it's widely used. You can get it out of War Maiden. It's not like a new thing. But what makes her really cool is if you're struggling with sort of higher level waves and dungeons, this comes into play because, well, we'll go into her passive soon, but this ends up speeding up her passive because every time there's a stun here, she gets 10%. So if you can speed round before the decreased defense come off the champions you've hit onto, then they're going to steal more turn meter from her, which is giving her 7.5% turn meter and taking 7.5 off them. So another 15% turn meter difference here. She can wind up snowballing fairly quickly. Now our A3 also decreases turn meter by 20%, has a 75%, which is 100% when booked, chance of placing stun debuff for one turn on enemies who have their turn meters fully depleted. Now, this sounds really cool because it's like a 100% chance, and a 100% chance to stun is nuts. It's pretty difficult, I'm not going to lie, to get that 20%. It doesn't sound that difficult, but like 1 in 5, but it is. Trust me, it's really difficult. You have to kind of time it. The only way I've seen someone really do this reliably is one of my mates in a free-to-play account as well, pulled Razin fairly early out of a shard and ended up just using Razin's A3 straight into Armina speed tuned, which is actually really, really cool. It's kind of something I wanted to do on this account, but I think I'm rushing to get into Platinum as soon as possible, so I do not have time to do Razin. But it's definitely an option for people. If you have Razin, if you can speed tune them, these two work very well together because you're going to get 100% chance stun, you're going to slow them down again. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool together. And then her coolest ability here is just a simple fills this champion's turn meter by 10% each time an enemy receives a stun debuff. So that is her kit. As you can see, it's based massively on stuns. And in my opinion, there's only one single way to build this champion, and that is in a stun set, 100%. Now, in a stun set, she's going to be having a chance on every single person on this AoE to hit stun as well, which has got a chance of proccing this. She's got stuns coming off in her A1, and if you do get lucky, you've potentially got a lot of stuns coming on the A3 too. So you can see, especially in PvE, for like dungeon, for like Doom Tower waves, really hard dungeon waves that you're struggling to get through, this is going to be amazing. This is why I kind of said she's not really like an end level champion, because she's definitely a little bit slower. Her kit's based around, you know, snowball effect, and snowball effect champions don't work as well at the very top. At the very top, you just want someone that can come in and smash people out right away, do what needs to be done as quick as possible. She's more of a long game player, but for progression, I mean, for instance, I have Ugo on this account. Now, Ugo is top tier. This champion is incredible. I use this champion in Platinum Arena on my main account all the time. Really good, but I'm actually using Armina quite a bit more, especially for you know, for waves and things like that, just because she has a lot of CC potential with the stun set. Now, don't get me wrong, the stun set would be amazing here too, and Ugo has an amazing heal and revive and stuff like that. But she is really, really strong at just snowballing and taking turns on these lower to mid-level enemies. Now, to do this, you need, if you're running a stun set, you need to run her in these masteries, I think. I mean, not specifically these ones, but as long as you run her in Fearsome Presence, things should be all good for you, because that extra 5% chance is going to make a massive difference. So if we go into our kit quickly here, so here, the extra 5% chance, you're going to be getting now 50%. So 50% chance on an A1 to stun is really, really good. It's really strong. And also in here, you're going to be getting whatever this is, 18% plus 5 is 23% on the stuns here. So even on the A1, you've still got the chance of hitting the stun from the artifacts too. But just in case anyone doesn't know, I'm sure you all know by now, but artifacts don't require accuracy to land the debuff, which is another really cool thing. So you potentially could build her with like no accuracy and a ton of damage. You know, could build her full damage because she is an attack champion, and you could literally smash this in and just hope from the procs from stun set, and then you'll get this round and you're able to do the AoE for more damage quicker. That is one way to build her. I've opted for a more CC route because I just think she's better that way. This way, I'm able to land the decreased defense as well. So I basically use her as my debuffer, but she's got that added ability of being like a CC monster at the same time. But worst case scenario, if she lands decreased defense, that's fine. That's what you're looking to do. So she goes before my nuker. Now the stats I'm running her in, I'm still running her at 300 accuracy. Again, this is for like gold 2, gold 3. That's where I am just now, 50 days into the account. 300 accuracy is more than enough really for that level. It also covers me for all dungeons and all the clan boss as well. So that is more than enough for just now. 190 speed. And then the rest of stats, I just tried to make her as survivable as possible with a little chunk of attack, but I wasn't focusing on that at all. I haven't actually leveled up all the gear, and I mainly can't bring myself to level up this horrendous helmet here, but again, this is my free-to-play account, guys. I'm trying to do this for you a little different this time, so because it is free-to-play, I only have one single helmet for stun set, and it's pretty poor, but it's going to get used. It's got some speed on it, so it's not too bad. These pieces are reasonable. This one's a pretty good piece, actually. Bit of speed and accuracy on it. But yeah, the stats aren't incredible, but I got an accuracy banner with speed here, which was pretty strong. Could do with a better banner here. Yeah, ideally, just as much speed and accuracy now as I can get is what I'm shooting for. So let's chuck her into the arena and let's see how we get on with her. So going back to what I said in some of the free to plat videos that I've made previously, if you guys haven't checked it out, please go through my YouTube channel and check out the playlist. It's been a pretty fun series so far. That's basically the origin of this account, but I'm not winning speed battles. Basically, I'm trying to get to platinum as quick as possible. Speed battles, I just ain't winning, so I'm looking to fight teams that aren't speed leads or they're a bit tankier. Really, that is my best opportunity. And in the current meta, speed seems to be taking a step down a little bit. Not much, it's still strong, but definitely a little bit. So it opens up room for these champions to survive. So something like this, 96k power, I think I'm going to be able to beat this team. So I've got my speed lead here. I don't actually have a turn meter boost. I'm using Ruel, who works incredibly well with Armina, because he actually puts up an increased accuracy beforehand. So he's like, I'm kind of running two nukers in this strategy. This isn't ideal for like top level, but it's getting me there just now. So I'll put it on, in fact, we'll just put it on manual first, just so we show you what happens. So Ruel does this really cool thing here where he puts increased accuracy, then he's able to put hexes on them. So that means they're slower now, and they take a little bit more damage, and the resistance is down a touch as well, which means, so the resistance is down a touch, her accuracy is now at 450, which is pretty crazy. At this level, you're going to debuff everything. Not Cold Heart, I always call him Cold Heart. It's Jingle Hunter is able to decrease their turn meter a bit, which means I get round to Armina. Armina's now able to do this, and pretty much every single time I'll land like one stun because I've got Fearsome Presence on. And there, yes, we got a single one, we got it on the Smash Lord. A lot of the time you do land two. Now, it is RNG, depending on who you get it on, but again, there we go, that's pretty clutch because he would remove all debuffs and cleanse, so that is a really strong one. If I got Madame, obviously they can't strip. If I got this champion, they can't revive. This guy can stun, so no matter who you get, it's going to be pretty damn good. And to top it off, I've also got decreased defense here, decreased defense, decreased defense, decreased defense. And because I have the accuracy mastery that we showed you earlier, this debuff's gone up actually for 3 turns too. So these guys are going to have these debuffs for a while, especially now the Smash Lord can't cleanse them. So now I'm able to come in with my Kale and do a ton of damage because he also has the mastery that makes him do more damage against targets that are stunned. So deal a load of damage there, and now Huntmaster is able to come back round. I wonder if I can actually kill. I don't have any damage with my Jingle Hunter, so I wasn't able to do that. But the Hex is up here. Don't have a ton of damage on him yet because he's more CC, but that's fine. Now it's just a case of grinding this out. But we've got ourselves into a good position against what would ordinarily be a pretty strong team for us. And then she comes in again. She's able to remove a little bit of turn meter to slow them down. Now this is where my team fails because I'm miles behind these people. These folk are probably like days and days into the accounts. Take him out. Smash Lord just to go now. Target's Ruel. Let's have a go. Let's go for the A1. The decreased turn meter. That's from the accuracy mastery there, and we're able to just about kill the team. There we go. Lands a stun on the A1. I also have the mastery. When she places stun, she gets leech. In fact, I think we'll go over the masteries again just now because I didn't quite cover them clearly enough, I don't think. Yeah, so in terms of these masteries, again, I just kind of rushed over it and showed you Fearsome Presence, but it's pretty important to have all of these things. So more defense equals more survivability. It's always a good thing. This is a fantastic ability. I always put this on any champion I can, really, in Arena because it's so strong. This is a great ability with Armina because anytime she places a stun, she has a 60% chance of putting leech down, which is effectively like a lifesteal. So again, very strong for waves, things like that. We've also got Retribution here because her A1 does stun people, so it's pretty nasty to get a counter-attack stun. That works quite a lot. Cycle of Revenge, you want her going quick as possible, so that's no problem. I just don't put this on my nuker usually. And Fearsome Presence. Now down here, more accuracy through these three is needed, more stats with Lore of Steel. Evil Eye is always good as well, especially for Arena because you're getting a 20% turn meter decrease. And Master Hexer is why sometimes the decreased defenses will land on a 3-turn rather than a 2-turn. Right, we've I hit the refresh button. We've got some more teams here that looks like we could potentially beat with this team. So let's work our way down. We've got increased accuracy at the top here. Hopefully they aren't faster than us. I doubt it. So let's attempt this team first. So we're going to increase accuracy. Fortunately missed that on her. Decrease turn meter. Let's see what this does. Cool, so yeah, there's the power of Armina. So she has stunned her. She's stunned Kale. She's increased her turn meter 20% from doing it as well. And she's also put decreased defense down. Now Ruel should be able to come and finish this off. Not quite. I'm not quite strong enough. I'm running Ruel in like a lifesteal set for PvE at the moment. I've not actually put him in decent gear yet, so he's not dealing a lot of damage yet. Incidentally, I will be doing a champion guide on him pretty soon, but on the main account because I've built him up on there. Let's move down to this team here. We've got Rockbreaker in lead. He does defense, so this is a more defensive team. Let's have a go at this one. Increase accuracy. Right, we got all the hexes up. That's really good. Let's see what this does. So we get the stun on the damage dealer, which is always a bonus. That's always a good one to hit. So managed to kill them anyway. Double hit from Ruel. Pretty much takes them out, and then it's just a case of one-shotting her. Now, let's move this down. We've got a team like this. 128k power, this should be fine. Monster is a bit of a nightmare in Arena sometimes, at this level anyway. High resistance on those two. Let's see what this does. So we didn't actually get a stun there, and we actually missed. These guys must have a little bit more resistance than I expected, so it means their defense is a bit lower, as you can see, so we're able to actually kill them pretty easy. And swift parry on the monster, that's a bit of a nightmare. But watch this, so his turn meter's low enough that I can do this, and then we get the stun guaranteed, so that's pretty cool. So you just have to keep an eye on that yellow bar with our A3, and you can make sure and stun people, which is pretty cool. So that was Armina in Arena. Now, the problem with Arena is the fights are a lot shorter, so you don't really get to see that passive come into play that much. But in terms of like Doom Tower, this is probably, you know, higher level dungeons in Doom Tower. You can really see it come into play. Even something like Spider, she's actually really good in Spider in a stun set because she's going to get a bunch of stuns and a bunch of turn meter increase for stunning those little spiderlings, which is pretty damn cool. So let's run this here. Take it off auto, so increase speed and put the hexes up. Let's see what happens here. So we're able to get one stun, just the one stun there. Now actually, one thing you could potentially do is I could make my Ugo faster, make her put decreased defense down first, and then straight off the bat, although it seems stupid to be running a second decreased defense champion, you would steal turn meter as well, so it's not totally lost. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit auto now and see what happens. Let's go on the next one. She's going to decrease her turn meter here with the A3, which is good for waves too, because the waves are a lot slower. So that it's just a control champion really. She's putting down stun, she's decreasing turn meter, she's doing damage as well. She's just really good for fighting these waves. We have another A2 there. We got a couple of stuns, as you see it, really clutch on Basher and on the big silly lizard guy. Yeah, the stuns are so good on waves because they are quite a bit slower. You're gonna fire through these guys so much quicker. So that is my champion guide on Armina using the free-to-play account. Please leave in the comments below if you guys want me to continue doing sort of free-to-play based champion guides. I think it's probably a little bit less intimidating for people to see, you know, people just using standard gear that they've got from a free-to-play account on a low-level early on account. So if you want to see more of it, please leave in the comments below. But apart from that, like and subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, and have a great day. Peace.